Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to my corner of the world. We are here to check out an old death battle, Gojo versus Makima. So after that Bakugo versus Reize one, I remember asking why people hated Makima so much. And there was someone who left a comment that said that watching this death battle would help me figure that out. So I should check it out if I haven't seen it already. I have not seen it. And I guess, yeah, I don't really mind the spoilers. So that's the only reason why I never check this out, because it would give me spoilers on both JJK and Chainsaw Man. But I've gotten spoiled enough with JJK already in the 2 years since this came out. And Chainsaw Man, I'm constantly getting spoiled with that too. So, you know, it is what it is. Here we are. So let's hop in and see who wins this one. Link to the original video will be in the description if you want to check it out on your own. Let's run this up.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp and HelloFresh. Satoru Gojo, Jujutsu Kaisen Sorcerer Sensei.
Makima, Chainsaw Man's head of Tokyo Public Safety.
These two paranormal mentors are so strong that they change the very worlds they exist in.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And
I
it's our
gotta
job
watch
to
the
analyze their
Chainsaw
weapons,
Man
armor,
anime
and
again.
skills
I
to
haven't
find out
seen
who
it
would
in a
win
long time.
a death battle.
I only ever watched it the once.
Japan, December 7th, 1989. Satoru Gojo was born, and the world changed.
And in the world of Jujutsu Kaisen, invisible, cursed spirits born from negativity threaten humanity.
So it's up to the Jujutsu sorcerers to do battle with them.
And what better way to learn the trade than to sign up for Tokyo Jujutsu High?
At this institution, a sorcerer will learn to harness their cursed energy, or the spiritual manifestation of intense emotion.
It's like Ki, but if Ki desperately needed therapy.
With it, sorcerers can boost their physicality and perform devastating curse techniques. Anything from voodoo dolls to swapping places with mere claps.
And lucky for humanity, Satoru Gojo's the best sensei a sorcerer could ask for.
Gojo isn't just the best, he's known as the strongest.
In Digimon?
His very birth forced the strength of curses to exponentially rise. Like witnessing a world record get broken, cursed society shifted to match the might of Gojo's presence.
As a kid, Gojo knew he was the shit. He mastered the art of the Riz, the hoops, and the curse murdering, all alongside Suguru
he
Geto,
did.
his sorcerer BFF.
Together, they planned on changing Jujutsu society for the better.
And if anyone could do it, Gojo could. Thanks to his bloodline, he got one of the most busted anime powers ever, Limitless.
Limitless grants Gojo a nigh-perfect defense by actualizing the very concept of infinity.
It creates an infinite space around himself, stopping anything coming his way. The dude is literally untouchable.
Untouchable, yeah.
Gojo tailored Limitless to automatically detect an object's mass and velocity. As the difference between himself and an object decreases, Limitless halves the object's velocity. It's like Zeno's paradox.
Think of it this way. If you're trying to get from point A to point B, first you gotta go halfway, then you gotta go another halfway, then another and another, and so on. With
Yeah.
Limitless, you'll never arrive, just like my alimony payments.
Hence, infinity. Yeah, it might sound complicated, but it basically creates a spatial force field around Gojo at all times.
Techniques on this level would burn out other sorcerers in seconds. That's where Gojo's incredible 6 eyes come in. They let him see and near perfectly control cursed energy at the atomic level. So he'll basically never run out of juice in a fight. He isn't just built different, he was born different.
6 Eyes and Limitless gave Gojo the power to manipulate space.
It is actually crazy that he was born with this. Like, like how do you, like, his birth literally changed the landscape of society in his world. Like, do you know how different you gotta be for your birth to cause that much of an impact in the world? That is so crazy. How do you just get born with these abilities like that? And of course he had to work at like developing them and tailoring them to suit his needs or desires, but still, just the fact that he was born with this raw capacity is just wild. Like, bro, that oh my god, it's actually crazy.
Space itself. Gojo's lapse blue technique attracts and condenses space into singularities. With reversal red, Gojo does the opposite, repelling space. Think push and pull. But you may be asking, how does one accomplish this with cursed energy? With math!
Curses!
Exactly! Cursed energy is typically negative like with blue, but when multiplied by itself, negative cursed energy becomes positive, creating red.
Oh, strawberry and blueberry.
So, what happens when you combine a positive and a negative?
Hollow purple.
Grape?
0. And by combining reversal red and lapse blue, Gojo creates hollow purple, an enormous ball of curse energy that literally applies the concept of 0 to an opponent, crushing and repelling them into nothing.
Gojo's a walking cursed Swiss Army knife. Levitation, teleportation, even expanding limitless to fry his enemies. Gojo can also use positive energy to heal humongous wounds, and he's constantly refreshing his brain with it 24/7 to keep up with all of this.
Still, there's one technique that costs more cursed energy than anything else in a sorcerer's repertoire.
Every sorcerer is born with an innate domain, a mental world shaped by their mind and heart.
Add cursed energy to it, and these domains can be manifested physically, a technique called domain expansion.
Every sorcerer worth their salt needs one, and you know damn well Gojo has the scariest, unlimited void. You get caught in this, your ass is grass.
Exposure to unlimited void overloads your consciousness with a stream of infinite information. A mere fifth of a second of exposure can leave a normal person in a vegetated state for months.
Too bad it requires so much energy.
All my real ones know that Gojo's real domain expansion is limitless bands. All the real ones know.
You can only do it like once a day. Oh wait, except for Gojo, who has done it multiple times in a row. Thanks again, Six Eyes.
Quite frankly, Gojo was getting so strong that the axis of the Jujutsu world began to turn on him. Like the meta of a fighting game defined by one broken character, he defined the hierarchy of power in the
so like
sorcerer
Minato
world.
and Storm
He
4.
alone was the honor.
Gotcha.
His mere presence can cause earthquakes. He outran sonic explosions and applied cursed energy within a microsecond.
Gojo has been repeatedly stated by many to be the strongest sorcerer there is.
That includes his ex-student Hikari, who can dodge lightning, or this little volcano-headed curse, Jogo, the embodiment of humanity's fear of fire, who can bring down city-shattering meteors, and Gojo kicked his ass with 0 effort.
But
Jogo, sorry to pause again, but Jogo actually got a bad rap. Because when you think about it, he was actually really, really strong. The problem is he was made to look incredibly weak because of the 2 opponents that he was given. The first one he was given, Gojo. Gojo is known to be the strongest sorcerer in, like, at least modern history. Like, he's the strongest in the world, right? Of course he's going to lose to Gojo. And of course, Gojo is going to make it look easy because for Gojo, it was that easy. Then we get him going up against Sukuna. He was known as the strongest curse. He was known as the king of curses. So again, of course, Sukuna is going to win. It just really sucks for Jogo because he is actually such a major threat in this verse, but because they had him go up against the 2 strongest of different spectrums, he was made to look so ridiculously weak. Jogo got a bad rap, man. It's just bad PR.
strength alone was not enough to fix his cursed world. When Geto rejected Jujutsu Society to forge his own justice, Gojo's philosophy changed. Instead of doing everything himself, he would teach a new generation of sorcerers to carry the torch when he could not.
It's all about setting an example. If it means a world where his companions can stand shoulder to shoulder as equals, who cares if he's gotta show off a bit?
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by Hell.
Alright, now let's get into Makima. Now this one, is going to be very informative for me. Let me see why people hate Makima so much.
Fresh, America's #1 meal kit.
Ah, what a beautiful day. The sun is shining, the birds are singing.
And a giant AK-47 carpet bombed the neighborhood. The sky rains blood. Millions are dead. Dear God, Wiz, it's the end times. Run away!
Calm down, there's no reason to panic. It's just that in the world of Chainsaw Man, devils exist, and your fear makes them stronger. Never mind. Panic.
Remember that spider you
Never
freaked
mind,
at for the
panic.
last time you cut yourself dicing onions? Now the spider and knife devils are the monstrous products of your nightmares, and they hate you specifically.
The fearsome gun devil stood as the epitome of terror and destruction, and was responsible for a countless loss of lives. But a group was formed to combat it and the other devils that plagued humanity. The Devil Hunters.
Live in Japan and get yourself a pesky zombie problem? It's time to call the 4th Division of the Public Safety Devil Extermination.
A government-funded devil hunter unit led by a stone-cold vixen, Makima.
She's dressed like
Stone-cold
Columbo with a
vixen.
blank stare and a sadistic streak. She's been in the game for a while and just found herself a new prize.
The union of man and pet devil dog, Denji, the Chainsaw Man. Upon meeting him, she gave him a choice: live under her as a human dog or die by her hand as a devil.
Sounds sketch, but Denji's brain was set to teenage boy and Makima's hot. So in short order, Makima got a new pet.
Makima may seem terrifying at first, but she is a dog lover and a cinephile. Though you'd be ill-advised to mess with her.
Sure, for her position, you'd expect her to know how to defend herself. Martial
Of
arts here,
course.
swords lay there, but devil hunters like Makima become real threats when they make contracts with devils. A classic Faustian bargain. Give something of yourself. The devil gives you power.
She can call death upon anyone she chooses through a complicated ritual, and even survive being shot through the head.
Because, as they say in the devil hunter world, you need your screws loose to live.
But she might have more than a few screws loose because, in actuality, Makima is a devil herself.
Gasp!
I
There's
did
no
hear
way
about
this
that.
clearly evil character could be a villain in disguise.
The Japanese government has been keeping a close eye on Makima ever since she was born.
The
Rightfully so.
control
She isn't
devil.
some F-tier scrub like the Bat or Leech devils. She's the control devil, embodying humanity's collective fear of the oppressor. In a way, she's even more terrifying than the gun devil.
Makima can exert absolute mental control over any creature.
I have the power to control those I believe to be lesser than myself. First of all, that's insane. Second, what constitutes the belief of people being lesser than yourself? Because if it's just like a pride thing, then I feel like this shouldn't, like, I don't know how powerful she is, but if it is just a pride thing, then I feel like it shouldn't necessarily be that powerful, because, you know, pride can pretty easily be broken by somebody who can match you, right? So I feel like it wouldn't be pride. So what exactly makes her believe someone is lesser than herself? Like, what is that based on? I guess I'll find out when I play the video, but this is a very interesting concept as a power. Now, of course, if it was somebody like frickin' Escanor or Gilgamesh from Fate who had this ability, then yeah, they would be they would be broken, because we both know, at least I shouldn't say we both, everybody who has seen both shows and seen what those characters are like knows their pride knows no bounds. So they believe everyone is lesser than themselves when they're in a fight with somebody. So with them, it would be the most broken power ever. But with her, I just don't see it like that. So Yeah, I'm curious as to what exactly this means. Well, we'll get into it though.
Than the Gun Devil.
Makima can exert absolute mental control over any creature she views as inferior to her, which is basically everyone. People, animals, even other devils become puppets under her command. She can even hijack their senses to listen and see whatever she wants.
As a devil, Makima's far stronger, faster, and more durable than the average person.
Plus, her
Of course.
metabolism lets her slam down as many beers as she wants to. So, Makima, if you're
Marks on any being she perceives. So it is just a pride thing then, or is it more like what she does with Denji, where she like how she like the way she treats Denji, she literally treats him like a dog. Like, and she actually called him such in the beginning too. So is it like that where she kind of like makes people like act inferior to her, or is it just straight up every person around me, like around her, she views as inferior? I'm sorry I keep on like trying to expand on this. I just feel like I need a more simplified explanation. Like, she just straight up views everybody as inferiors, therefore she possesses the ability to control them. Or are there conditions in which she makes someone like become like inferior in her mind so she can exert control over them? They'll probably get into it, but I'm sorry I keep on like deep. I'm just like, I get very intrigued when it comes to the like powers and abilities of characters. I need to know how they work. I'm sorry.
Plus, her metabolism lets her slam down as many beers as she wants to. So, Makima, if you're into countlessly divorced alcoholic rednecks, you know who to call.
By drinking blood, she can heal her injuries, and her sense of smell is so potent that it can spot targets from over 300 miles away.
Not only can she control your mind, but your body too with telekinesis. She can mess up your internal organs or blow you away with finger guns. She doesn't shoot you with invisible bullets. She points at you and then a wound just happens out of nowhere. She controls all sorts of things with these ghostly chains that stab her victims. Once they're hooked, they're easier to control.
Makima has plenty of devils in her collection. There's the massive Fox Devil, the Future Devil for precognition, and a ton of devils that exist just to stab you.
But I'm definitely all about the blow shit up devil, the undead party devil, the flamethrower devil, and the unholy matrimony that's the angel devil, which will make you see God before you die.
After about the 20th time, seeing God gets kind of old. Anyway, like other devils, Makima can form contracts with people to give them power.
But unlike other devils, her control powers allow her to force people into contracts that exclusively benefit her.
Like when she forced Japan's prime minister into a contract that states, and I quote, any attack made on her will be changed into appropriate illnesses or accidents among Japanese citizens.
What?
The verbiage of Makima's contract is worded specifically so that she quickly heals from any damage that is perceived to be an attack, transferring said damage to some poor random citizen of Japan.
Oh man, imagine like taking a shit and Makima gets hit and whoops, guess you're wiping at the pearly gates.
With these abilities and contracts, Makima set out to create the world that she wanted. No more pain, no more war, no more bad movies. The world would be perfect, but she needed the Chainsaw Devil to do so, who just so happened to be living as Denji's heart.
Yep, that cute doggo is actually the Chainsaw Devil. Oh, talk about shitty luck, kid.
In the depths of hell, Makima watched in awe as the Chainsaw Devil literally ate devils and eradicated plagues from existence. Because of the Chainsaw Devil, in this world, concepts like nuclear bombs, HIV, and even Nazis do not exist.
He literally ate the concept of Nazis out of existence.
However, as Makima didn't see Denji or the Chainsaw Devil as beneath her, she could not directly control him. She needed to manipulate him. So she decided to build Denji up and then tear him down as cruelly as possible. As beneath her,
Nazis out of existence.
However, as Makima didn't see Denji or the Chainsaw Devil as beneath her,
she doesn't see Denji or the Chainsaw Devil as beneath her, so she couldn't exert control using her abilities, so she had to manipulate him instead. Interesting. So I guess I was right earlier when I said that it wouldn't necessarily be that powerful, because pride can easily be broken. If there's somebody who can match you, or there's someone that you think is just like incapable of being, like, I guess, down to your level, then your abilities would not have any effects, realistically. So yeah, so she really thinks of herself that much, huh? She didn't really seem like the type. That's interesting. But also, I'm surprised that she doesn't regard Denji as being inferior. Like the Chainsaw Man, like the Chainsaw Devil, I get it because of its ability to literally erase the things that it eats from existence. That's a very dope ability, so I get why she wouldn't regard that as inferior. But Denji, though, I'm surprised. Why wouldn't she view him as inferior?
She could not directly control him. She needed to manipulate him. So she decided to build Denji up and then tear him down as cruelly as possible.
First, she murdered Denji's found family one by one.
Then she made Chainsaw Man into a public hero, stripping him of the power devils receive by being feared.
Oh, so she could control her precious Chainsaw Devil and make him press backspace on anything she didn't like.
Her telekinetic bangs shot the Chainsaw Devil out of orbit, and they stalemated the Darkness Devil, which embodies humanity's greatest fears.
Makima's stronger than devils like the Bomb Devil, who can easily blow up buildings, or the Typhoon Devil, which made city-spanning storms.
And while fighting the Gun Devil Fragment, this large behemoth moved over 300 miles in a few seconds.
She was pretty much unbeatable, though ultimate power can make it pretty lonely at the top.
Makima's quest may have been to make the world a better place through domination, but the truth she was never willing to admit to herself was that she really wanted to understand human emotion. After all, you can't control someone and love them at the same time.
Too bad she never quite found the answer she was looking for when the Chainsaw Man defeated her once and for all by cutting her to pieces, cooking her into a 7-course feast, and fucking ate her?
Believe it or not, the love Makima tried to understand was her undoing. Despite the hell she put him through, Denji still loved Makima in his own way. So the act of devouring her was its own act of love and did not count as an attack, bypassing her immortality.
Completely batshit insane. That's Chainsaw Man for you. Who knows, Wiz? Eventually, the Control Devil will come back, though it won't be Makima.
While her path back to hell was paved with good intentions, in the world of devils, it's no surprise that Makima came so close to her ideal future.
And I know that Death Battle doesn't go into details in regards to, the history of these characters. They only take things that are like really relevant to their combat capabilities, but she really slaughtered his found family and basically took over, what was it, the world, or Japan, or just Japan? Most of the world nations into, wow. I did not think she was like that. I did not think that she was built like that. Holy hell. Okay. I don't know who wins this then. I'm gonna still go with Gojo, even though I don't know exactly who would come out on top in this. I'm gonna go with Gojo, just because it's Gojo. I know him more. I like him more as a character. I hardly know Makima, so yeah, it's Gojo for me. Let's get into the fight.
Alright, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, a couple of rules for a unique fight like this one.
We'll be considering curses and devils to be comparable beings to avoid arbitrary terminology in their power systems that might make this fight incompatible. We will also consider Gojo and Makima citizens of the same Japan to balance it out.
It's time for a death battle!
Not him taking a fistful of her popcorn.
Love this part. Well, could have been some flicks right about now. But gotta kill you instead. Can't just let a curse do as they please.
No talking during the movie.
Huh? First technique laps. Womp womp.
That's unfortunate for that guy.
Careful. I could have died, but that much won't matter to you soon.
Don't worry. I'm Satoru Gojo, the strongest.
Confident, strong, and idiotic. We'll be sure to write it on your tombstone. Calm. I hope we don't kill you too quickly.
This does raise an interesting question though, because I did low-key forget about that. Any type of damage that would be done to her gets done to citizens of I think it's the citizens of Japan instead. So would she be able to outlast Gojo that way? Or could he kill her quickly enough times to the point that there are no more citizens in Japan left to take her place and he ends up offing her permanently? So in a way, it's kind of like a battle of speed versus attrition. Interesting.
That should be good, since you're so weak.
Bang. Bang! 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 Now, be a good boy and play dead.
That ain't happening.
Should I bark too? I'm getting really tired of your pets. Domain expansion. Unlimited void. Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one.
That's it? 1012. Wow.
KO!
Let's go,
Anything that laces
Gojo.
up or
But wow,
discounted
that's a lot of
tickets or
people.
Too soon. Yeah, I'll order online.
Gojo and Makima were complicated to compare. On the surface level, Gojo had a lot going for him.
It's no surprise given that his reputation in Jujutsu Kaisen is that of its pinnacle. At least it was.
First of all, it's unlikely Makima would see Gojo as inferior to her, in a similar way to how she saw Denji. So she wouldn't be able to immediately control Gojo.
Gojo's birth caused a giant shift in the world of...
To use control, Makima has historically needed to prove herself superior to foes like the Gun Devil, Wan Chi, I hope I pronounced that right, and technically Reize. She would likely need to do the same against Okay, so I was right about the conditioning then. It's not just a matter of pride alone. She has to prove that she's superior to the person in order to exert control over them. Okay, so that evens it up a little bit.
Curses. Plenty of people have recognized that after only seeing him once. Being better than everyone is literally Gojo's thing.
Plus, Gojo automatically refreshes his brain with positive cursed energy 24/7. Even if Makima could control him, it wouldn't last very long.
Gojo was obviously stronger too. The best feat we can compare Makima to is the Typhoon Devil's Storms. But that's nothing compared to the meteor created by Jogo, who is leagues below Gojo in strength.
However, considering she reacted to the Gun Devil fragment, Makima would actually be a bit faster, though she would need to be able to get past Limitless for her speed to matter.
Makima had more devils than you can shake a fin at, but most were rendered moot against Limitless. Knives, fire, bombs, zombies, it's all stuff Gojo's dealt with before, and with zero issues.
And Gojo could easily wipe out her demonic crowd with red and blue whenever he wanted to.
The future devil could clue her in on anything nasty coming her way, but that wouldn't last forever. Plus, with Gojo's 6 eyes and teleportation, she had zero opportunities to break away and set up her instant kill moves.
But Gojo would obviously lose if he couldn't permanently kill Makima. Six Eyes couldn't inform him of Makima's contract with the Prime Minister, and eventually one of Gojo's attacks could cause his death instead, even if it took a while.
And Makima did have a way past Limitless with her finger guns. Makima could land attacks directly on Gojo's body, meaning there's no projectile for Limitless to detect and infinitely slow down.
Though when they did land, Gojo's healing ensured that he repaired his body quickly.
On the flip side, Makima didn't have a counter to Gojo's domain expansion. Unlimited Void overloads its target with unlimited information. It's not really an attack.
You could call it an attack on the senses, but even if she could transfer it to other Japanese citizens, she still could not escape an infinite amount of information.
Yeah, true.
We can compare this to the Doll Devil, who was defeated by a technique similar to Unlimited Void.
Despite being able to transfer her mind across a large number of hosts, the Doll Devil was still trying to transfer infinite information across finite people. Even with all of Japan as mental meat shields, Makima would still be
She'd
overwhelmed.
run out of people,
Wait, doesn't that mean Gojo just unintentionally killed basically everyone in Japan?
That's kind of what I got.
Regardless, Gojo is immune to his own Unlimited Void, so he was still unaffected.
Good for him. The moment Unlimited Void landed, Makima would be stuck, opening her up for a good old hollow purple.
Her contract isn't perfect. Makima only ever regenerated as long as there was some mass to come back from.
But hollow purple disintegrates anything it touches to zero. Literally. There's no way she was regenerating from that.
Sure, control as a concept will always exist, but a reincarnation of the Control Devil isn't Makima. This was one of the craziest fights we've ever had. However, with Gojo's raw power, broken counters, and unbelievably busted Limitless, Makima lost control over this fight.
Makima thought she had Gojo by the ball and chain, but in the end, she was left hollow.
The winner is Satoru Gojo.
Yeah, that's wild. that is wild. So it really didn't matter. No matter what Makima threw at him, it would just never be enough. He almost completely outclassed her. I mean, that is the case with Gojo all the time, isn't it? Except for, you know, when it's not. If you know, you know. But still, this was a really cool fight, and it definitely got me intrigued to rewatch the Chainsaw Man anime to see if I could pick up on these like little traits of hers, because like again, I only watched the anime once and it was a really long time ago, so the information about the anime itself isn't really fresh in my head. But Yeah, I kind of want to pick up on this controlling people power of hers and see if it like really is like super apparent in there or if it's more discreet. But anyway, thank you for the recommendation. I definitely got some new info, and I am really intrigued about Chainsaw Man now. I really want to go back and just deep dive into it. But anyway, that's going to be it from me. If you enjoyed my reaction to this, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next video. See ya.